Good evening and welcome to the Lowell Planning Board for Thursday, September 3rd, 2015. First matter on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for June 1st, 2015. Anybody have any comments on the minutes?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the...
Mr. Chairman,
Motion's made.
you had noted that I was not shown as being in attendance, so I'd like to see that amended to the minutes, please.
Do you mind amending that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep,
Dick was here, okay.
absolutely.
Besides that, and, okay, so motion's been made as amended?
I'll second it as amended.
I'm sorry?
I'll second it.
Okay, motion made in second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
It's approved. Under site plan administrative change, we have 21 Nottingham Street, site plan review administrative change. Hunt Real Estate Services, Inc. requested amendment to the previously approved site plan for the construction of a new approximately 9,200 square foot family dollar with a 28 space parking lot and 2 storm runoff infiltration areas. The project was granted special permit review under section 11.4 of the City of Lowell zoning ordinance. The amendment pertains to the use of delivery trucks to service the proposed facility. May we hear from the applicant, please?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. James Flood, 549 Roger Street, representing Hunt Real Estate Development, Inc. If I could, I'd like to pass these out.
We can share one here, we can look at it. You can give Judy one, and I'll, we can take the peek. We spread it out a little bit.
What I've given you is the original recommendation from the City of Lowell Transportation Engineer regarding no parking on Nottingham Street. And based on that recommendation, I petitioned the Lowell City Council to establish a no parking zone between 9 and 2 p.m. 7 days a week on Nottingham Street. We did appear in front of the council last week ago Tuesday, and it was approved by the City Council. Prior to appearing in the City Council, I worked with Kevin Coughlin, the manager's office, and with the manager. And one thing they were concerned about was to provide some parking for residents on Nottingham Street, during those periods, 9 to 2 p.m. So we did agree, and I've given you a copy of the plan that I submitted to the city manager. It shows the 6 spots that we are dedicating for those residents. You'll see that I put a certification on the bottom that we've agreed to do it. And as I told the council at the city council meeting, if this is approved, to allow us to deliver by tractor-trailer trucks, that in the modified decision, you could put that in as a condition, both the hours of delivery and that we will provide those 6 parking spaces while this is in effect. So it was a unanimous vote of the council. The recommendation of the city manager's office was in favor of it. So I'm just hoping that this board will go along with it because this has been a long process and they're very anxious to get started. As a matter of fact, the seller is very anxious that we get this thing moving. So I'd ask that you go along with that to just change that restriction on the size of the trucks for deliveries.
Thank you, Council. We did receive from Judy from staff, a copy of the ordinance that was passed at the city council meeting, so we have that in our packet tonight.
Yep.
I'm sure you have one as well.
I hadn't seen that, no, I hadn't seen that, but that's why I gave.
We do have the copy that
the
Judy gave us, so.
recommendation. Yeah, I hadn't seen that yet,
Yeah,
so.
that was just stating how they,
Did I take that, Judy?
the parking is prohibited between the hours of 9 to 2 on all days except Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays in the following areas, and it mentions Nottingham Street, both sides between Chelmsford Street and Bay Street.
We agreed on all days, so.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Does anybody else want to be heard on this matter? Anybody else want to speak to tonight? Anybody else? No? Okay, so, any of the board members have any questions?
I have no question.
Yeah, I thought there was, that they included Saturdays and Sundays. We
sorry?
didn't have a problem with that. I thought they included Saturdays and Sundays on the no parking. We don't have a problem with that.
Okay. All right. All right. So,
I have a comment and I'll make a
Sure.
motion. I think the project works very nicely for both parties. And therefore, I'll make a motion to recommend the elimination of item 1 on what we have here. Limit deliveries to no trucks larger than 45 and a half feet in length with no parking restrictions. Which means that the larger truck, you know,
Okay, Rich, do you want to add that they allowed the parking on the Family Dollar site plan as approved this evening
oh, and, yes,
for the parking spaces? How many is Mr. Flood? Is it one, two?
Six
right?
parking spaces. Yeah.
And to, part of the motion be modified so that they give 6 parking spaces in the Family Dollar for the residents
That
on
Family
Nottingham Street?
Dollar, the applicant provides 6 spaces for residents
Yeah.
for parking.
We've discussed with the city manager's office that put signage up and maybe even give them some stickers so
Sign it,
can
related
identify
signage
them as
too. Yeah,
residents, so we're working on that.
Okay,
yeah.
I have a
Okay.
couple questions. First,
go ahead.
the no parking signage on the street,
Yeah,
is the applicant proposing to do that as part of his project?
I would think the city would do that because it's their ordinance. I mean, I think they use their standard signs. There was no discussion about that.
Okay. And the, this is really more for the board, where the parking restriction is only Monday through Friday, and it says in the ordinance, it is not, it's available parking on the street Saturday and Sunday. Should we add a condition limiting the deliveries to the period of the no parking?
Well, we have a problem with that. That's why I said we didn't discuss Saturdays. Sometimes we will have a delivery on a Saturday. There's no school, so we don't have that issue. Those spaces are always available, so that would be a problem that we would have. It was never discussed that it was my understanding it was every day. I would assume most of them would be during the week, but if there's an occasional delivery on a Saturday, that's when the truck comes out of New York, so.
I mean, my recollection was they kept telling us that there's only going to be delivery once or twice a week,
Yep, that's it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, I remember that.
I mean, but if they had made that on the weekday, I don't have a problem either way.
I guess the issue is, though, Mr. Boyle points out, though, the ordinance specifically does not restrict it during those times, so conceivably there could be cars parked. That would make that motion difficult.
It wouldn't make it impossible,
Yeah.
but there's no school there. They
Right.
could turn around
Right.
back it up.
Right.
So I just wouldn't want that to be restricted, Mr. Fischett, because
No, I
there
understand.
might be a situation on a Saturday where they'd have to make a delivery, so.
I'm curious how this misunderstanding happened. Was it just,
I don't know. I mean, everything was submitted based on that recommendation, and I don't know where that came out. It was never mentioned at the city council meeting. Mr. Beck was there too, so. So I'd hate to have, I mean, we've done what
no,
Yeah, we got it.
I
Okay.
want to be able to move forward with this project. It's just been too long.
Okay. Anybody else have any further questions? Because we do it.
The motion's on the table. We'll leave it there.
Any further questions, discussion? No? So we have a motion from Mr. Lockhart to eliminate the limited deliveries of the no trucks due to the fact that there has been no parking on the street now by the council, and to add a condition for the 6 parking spaces that Family Dollar will assign to the neighborhood residents on Nottingham Street
With appropriate signage.
with the appropriate
With
signage.
appropriate
Okay.
signage.
and
right.
can I just clarify then? So I'm assuming the 6 parking spots would be available then on the weekends for the
Yeah.
residents? So you're going on 7 days a
7
week as
days a
far
week.
as the availability?
7 days a week, yeah.
Yeah.
But 7 days a week.
But
They're available
beyond,
7 days a week.
because there is that's what I just want to clarify.
Patty, it's available 7 days a week. 7 days
Okay,
a week.
all right.
Will those,
That's what I wanted to clarify on. Yeah, okay.
will those 6 spaces have signage saying
Yeah, we're gonna
that they
put
are
signage in.
reserved
Yep.
for? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll
that's
put something
important.
behind it, yep.
Okay.
So, okay, so the motion was to eliminate the restriction for the big tractor trailers coming in, and to add the parking spaces as indicated that will be there 7 days a week for the neighbors, correct?
Yes.
And the signage that you work with the city
Related
department. to sign.
signage.
Okay, we have a motion made, and do we have a second on the motion?
I'll second that, Mr. Chairman.
Motion is made and second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Chair votes yes. Any opposition? Hearing none, the motion carries.
Thank
Good
you
luck.
very much, and thank you very much for coming in
that's
tonight.
a-
You know, the only thing here, but it was that important to get this thing done, because the seller was really concerned about it. And have a nice
Okay.
holiday, everybody.
Do we,
Aye, so-
any of the board members have any further follow-up comments or recommendations from anything? If not, we can entertain a motion to adjourn.
I just make
Okay, go ahead,
a
Vic.
comment about
Sure.
the historic board being on TV.
Oh, yeah, you did mention that, yeah.
We're running into a little scheduling problem with other boards, and Steve's trying to work that out so we can gain some regularity to when we can do this. It's taken a long time, and I guess there's been a few personnel changes at LTC. There'll be an announcement soon
Okay,
where we can
thank you.
go on TV.
Anybody else have any follow-ups, anything to report to the board? Hearing none? The motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned late. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Tommy, just a reminder, I won't be here the 17th.
Right, okay.
You got that, right?
Yeah, I remember you told us that before. Yep.
And I may be late on the 17th, but I will be